Military personnel. Does it get harder to adjust back to civilian life the longer you're serving? When people ask if it gets harder to adjust back to civilian life the longer you serve, I always think back to my buddy, Ramirez. We enlisted together bright-eyed and stupid, thinking we were unbreakable. Years went by, duty station to duty station, deployment after deployment. We learned how to sleep on concrete, shave in cold water, and eat under pressure. Your brain rewires itself. Danger becomes normal. Silence becomes suspicious. Civilian. Forget that dot when I finally got out. I thought it would be a relief. All the noise, the strict schedules, the constant sense that something bad could happen, gone. But the thing nobody tells you is that when life finally gets quiet, that's when your thoughts get loud. The first morning home, I woke up at 4:30 on instinct. My bedroom was too soft, too still. No boot stomping, no generators whining, no radio chatter, just my own breathing. It should have been peaceful, but it felt like being dropped into a void. I sat on the edge of my bed and stared at the wall, waiting for orders that would never come. There's no manual on what to do when structure disappears. I went to the grocery store that afternoon. It sounds stupid, but that's the moment it hit me. Too many options, too many colors. People complaining about cereal brands and waiting in line like the world was ending. A woman snapped at the cashier because her coupon expired. I just stood there thinking, if this is a crisis for you, you've never really seen one. I realized I'd forgotten how to talk casually. Conversations felt like minefields. Friends from back home asked how it was over there, expecting movie scenes or dramatic speeches. When I told the truth that the hardest part was the boredom and fear mixing together, they didn't know where to put that. So I stopped talking about it. Nights were the worst. You'd think a quiet street would calm you, but I'd lie awake, listening for engines, footsteps, anything. My wife would reach for my hand and whisper, "You're home," but my head was still 1,000 miles away. One weekend, I went hiking alone. I needed space. Halfway up the trail, I heard someone behind me running. Just footsteps, but my body locked reflexively. Heart racing, breath tight. It was just a jogger. He nodded and kept going. I laughed it off. But later, sitting on a rock overlooking the valley, I cried. Not because I was scared, but because my reactions belonged to a world I no longer lived in. I tried therapy. It helped more than I wanted to admit. My therapist told me something simple. Your brain learned to survive in chaos. Now it has to learn to survive in calm. That felt like someone turned a light on in a dark room. It doesn't happen all at once. You learn to stop checking exits in restaurants. You learn to enjoy silence. You learn that you're allowed to rest. But the longer you serve, the more pieces of yourself you leave scattered in places no civilian will ever see. Coming home means stitching together what's left. It gets easier with time. But there's an ache in it, a homesickness for a world that almost killed you. And a fear of a world that never understood you. Do I regret serving? No. But adjusting back isn't just hard. It's a second war. Fought quietly. One morning at a time.